Hello and welcome in this video of globalization and Indian economy. So this is going to be the fourth chapter of your economic section, social science. So in this video we are going to discuss about the globalization and the related topics of this chapter. So let's begin our discussion. Now, what is the meaning of the globalization? The globalization is an attempt to make a unified world and a unified market. The globalization believes that the borders and boundaries of different countries are meaningless and all the countries should be unified and identify themselves as a globe. Now, the globalization believes that even the people of different countries should identify themselves as a global citizen, not as a citizen of particular state or country. It also says that we should believe in a globalized world in which there should be movement, in which there should be free movement of the people from one country to another country without any limitation. If a good is produced in one country, it should be freely exported to another country without paying any kind of tax. So the globalization also believes in free trade, in which the movement of the people should be free from one country to another country, as well as the goods can be produced in one country and exported to another country without any restriction, without any limitation, without any tax. So the globalization is an attempt to make a unified world and a unified market. It means the integration of different countries into a single umbrella, into a single banner. So this is going to be the definition of the globalization. The globalization is a process of integration between different countries through foreign trade and foreign investment by multinational corporations. Now, what is multinational corporations? So this is going to be the definition of the globalization. Now, multinational corporations are the private companies which originate in one country and they spread their business into another countries. Like whenever you go to shopping mall or any market, you will see the different products of different brands. Some of the products may be manufactured in foreign country, but they are being sold in your own local area. For example, we may take the example of mobile phones. The mobile phones, the MI mobile phones, the Apple mobile phones are easily available in your local area. But these are the foreign brands, the Vivo, the Oppo, all these mobile phones are Chinese brands. These are manufactured in China, but these are being sold in India because of this globalization. You can see the mobile phones of different brands manufactured in different countries. It is happening because of this globalization. So, because of the globalization, we may access the products of different countries in our own locality. All these are happening because of these multinational corporations. Like if we talk about eatable food items, the Nestle, Coca-Cola or Pepsi, all these are called the multinational corporations. These multinational corporations have huge financial power, and because of their huge financial power, they easily enter into the territory of another country by paying large amount of money or the large amount of taxes. So I hope we will discuss the meaning of the multinational corporations in a detailed manner. But I hope that the definition of the globalization is clear for everyone. So if we recall the meaning of the globalization, globalization is a process of making a unified world and unified market. It is a process of integration between countries through foreign trade and foreign investment by multinational corporations. Now, let's understand the meaning of multinational corporations in a detailed manner. Now, MNC or multinational corporations. MNC is a short form of multinational corporations, and MNC is a company that owns and controls the production in more than one nation. Foreign investment is the investment made by MNC, multinational corporations. Now here you can identify the brand. This is the Apple, Apple mobile phone or Apple laptops. These Coca-Cola, Nestle, Maggi or KitKat or different type of mobile companies. All these are the examples of multinational corporations. Now, multinational corporations, because of their huge financial power, they enter into the territory of the another state, and these multinational corporations makes the whole world interdependent to each other. Now, whatever the investment the multinational corporations will do is called the foreign investment. Now, these multinational corporations play a very important role into the another country. They not only contribute financially, but they also do a lot of investment in infrastructure development of the another country, like the development of roads, the streets, the beautification of the streets and all that. So I hope that this concept, the meaning and the definition of multinational corporations are clear for everyone. So multinational corporations, the company that originate in one state and they spread their business into another country. They enter into the territory of another country by its huge financial power. So let's move to the another topic. So in detail, if we talk about these multinational corporations, they set up, as I have recently said, they set up their offices and factories for production into a region where they can get the cheap labor and the other resources. Now you can identify yourself that China is very advanced in the manufacturing sector, because the foreign companies, the Apple company is still working in China. It is manufactured, the China has emerged as a manufacturing hub of different products. It is because of the cheap labor power. The labor power in China is very cheap. India is also not lagging behind. India is also advancing in the BPO sector. That means the IT industry, because in India, the foreign companies can get cheap labor power in the software industry. So in India, we have a lot of software industries who are engaged in developing software or mobile programs. So it is all because of the cheap labor power. The multinational corporations will establish their manufacturing factory in a country where they will get cheap labor power. So nowadays, because of the transportation, the parts of the goods are manufactured in another country and now they are assembled in another country. The software of the mobile phone or the laptops is being made into the another country, as well as the call system, the call center or the BPO sector is happening into the another country. So this is all because of the globalization and multinational corporations. So if the multinational corporations can control the labor cost, their profits will increase. Because why a multinational corporations of America or Britain will start their factory in another country wherever they will get cheap labor? It is because to control the cost. To control the cost and to maximize the profit and the cost of production. If a multinational corporation is opening its factory or industry in a country where the labor power is cheap, they will get their work done in the minimum money, in the minimum amount of money. So They establish their factories and industries where the labor power is cheap. I hope that this concept is clear for everyone. So let's move. Now, as I have recently said, the production is divided into a small parts across the globe to gain advantages for their closeness to the market to every country and can be easily produced there. So all these happens to control the cost and maximize the profits. This is the picture of the BPO or the call center. The full form of the BPO is business processing and outsourcing. So in the local language, in the common term, the BPO is called the call center. The call center means grievance redressal mechanism. Suppose any of your product you have purchased, suppose the mobile phone or the laptop is broken down. Suppose there is a software or hardware problem in your mobile phone and your mobile phone is not working. You will make a call to the customer care number. So the call will ultimately go to India, of wherever country you are living. You may live in America, but the call will come to India only, because in India the cheap labor is available. Many people, large amount of the people have the adequate knowledge of computer and the IT industry. So the labor power, so the cost of the call center would be very low in India compared to the Britain or America. So the call center jobs are very cheap, are very common in India. Now, interlinking production across the countries. Interlinking production across countries. So it is the MNC which enter into the territory of another country and makes the whole world interdependent with each other. These multinational corporations provide technology to the another foreign country. So these multinational corporations have huge financial power by which they easily enter into the territory of the another country and provide necessary technology, equipment, as well as the money for the development of the infrastructure of the another country, as well as for enhancing the production. So the money that is spent to buy assets such as land, building, machines, and other investment is called the and other equipment is called the investment. So these investments are made by multinational corporations to expand their market and to expand their production. So these investment are called the foreign investment. So any kind of foreign investment are also called the foreign trade, because these multinational corporations do foreign investment in order to earn more and more profit, as well as they also play an important role to interlink different countries together. So these multinational corporations exert influence upon the production at distant location. As a result, the production is widely dispersed location is getting interlinked. So what the thing is telling, that the multinational corporations have their role in interlinking the different countries together. So what are how these multinational corporations enter into the territory of the another country? So and what are the methods by which they exert influence upon the foreign country? So they do it by three important methods. There are three important methods which are used by multinational corporations to enter into the territory of another country. So the multinational corporations sign an agreement with the local company. So the multinational corporations sign an agreement with the local company, because local company know their location well, local company know their market well, and these multinational corporations take the help of the local company to sell their products. So there are three important methods which are used by the multinational corporations to enter into the territory of another country. So the first method is by signing an agreement with the local company. The multinational corporations sign agreement with the local company, and with the help of the local company, the multinational corporations sell their products. Another one, by using the local company for its supplies. It may also happen that the multinational corporations are selling their products along with the local companies. And the third one, by buying the local company. Sometimes it happens that the multinational corporations purchase the local company with their huge economic power. For example, the Nokia brand, the Nokia company was purchased by another company. So it also happens that the local company are purchased by the multinational corporations. So these are the three important ways which are used by multinational corporations to enter into the territory of a foreign company, of a foreign country. So you can ask another question, why the local company will sign any agreement with the multinational corporations? The answer is very simple. These multinational corporations have huge economic power, have huge money. With the help of the money, they can easily influence the local company, because the local companies of India or China are very poor. The local company of India is very poor. So these local companies require money in order to expand their business. The local company also need new technology, and these multinational corporations provide these modern techniques and money to the local companies. So the multinational corporations can provide money for additional investment, like buying new machines for faster production. Second, the multinational corporations might bring with them the latest technology for the production. I hope that these two things are clear for everyone. In your board exam, different type of questions can appear, which we have discussed recently, like the meaning of the globalization, what is multinational corporations, what are the three methods used by the multinational corporations to enter into foreign company, why a local company sign agreement with the multinational corporations. So I hope that the answers are clear for everyone. Now, foreign trade. So the foreign trade is an important term in the globalization. The foreign trade means any kind of trade relationship maintained by different countries together. So foreign trade creates an opportunity for the producers to reach beyond their domestic markets. So any kind of business transaction happening by one country to another is called the foreign trade. Now the foreign trade may be positive or negative. If the import is larger than the export, then it is negative foreign trade, or if the export is higher than the import, it is positive foreign trade. So foreign trade can be positive as well as negative. So the foreign trade means the trade, the transaction, or the export import of one country to another country. So the producers can sell their products not only in the market located within the country, but also compete for market located in the another countries of the world. So the similar example which I have given just now, that the goods produced in one country are exported to another country because of the globalization, and this process is called the foreign trade. I hope it is clear. So let's move to the another one. Now, advantages of the foreign trade. So foreign trade has facilitated the travel of goods from one market to another. So from one market to another, and also from one country to the another country. It provides a choice of goods to the buyers. Suppose you have variety of mobile phones available in your market. You may purchase the mobile phone of Oppo, or Nokia or Redmi or Samsung, it is because of the foreign trade. Because under the foreign trade, the foreign products are easily allowed in India, and that is why it is giving a choice to the buyers. So the second, so it was the second one. Third one, the producers of different countries have to compete in different markets. The producers of different countries are competing among themselves because the mobile brands are different, so all of them are competing among themselves. So it is also another advantage of the foreign trade. Because of this foreign trade, we have the scope to compare the products of another brands, of different brands. So the prices of similar goods in two markets or different countries become almost equal. It is because of the foreign trade that the different countries, it is because of the foreign trade that the products of different companies are equal. They compete among themselves and they lower their prices so that it can attract the attention of the buyer, because the buyer will always purchase the cheap products and with the better quality. If the quality of the product is not good in compared to the prices, the buyer will not purchase that. The buyer have the other options also. So I hope that the advantages of the foreign trade are clear for everyone. So if we in brief, if we try to understand about the foreign trade means the trade relationship, the export and import of different goods from one country to another country. Because of the foreign trade, we have the options of different type of goods. Because of this foreign trade, the producers maintain the prices of different products. So I hope that it is clear for everyone. So let's move to the another topic. Now, special economic zone.